A senior government official in Zambia has raised serious concerns over allegations that some political parties are demanding sexual favors from women seeking adoption as candidates ahead of the country's August 13 general election. Mainga Kabika, head of the gender division in the president's office, says her department has received multiple reports from aspiring female candidates who claim they are being subjected to what experts describe as sextortion during the nomination process. While no political parties have been named, the revelations have sparked alarm over the safety and inclusion of women in Zambia's political landscape. We're joined by a Zambian gender rights expert and advocate, Mbewe Anamela, also Executive Director for Non-Governmental Gender Organizations Coordinating Council, or the NGOCC, in Zambia. And good morning to you, and thanks for making time to talk to us.
Oh, good morning, and thank you for inviting me.
It's our pleasure. So what is your initial reaction to these developments?
Well, for us, these developments are deeply concerning because, these types of actions take away from women's participation in public office. So we're really deeply concerned about this, and these are issues that we have been raising for a long time. As we have engaged with female politicians, they have raised these concerns. So for us, it's deeply concerning.
So what is sextortion? How do we describe this? How typically does it also play itself out?
So how it plays out is that when it comes to nominations now for elections, the women are asked to exchange the possibility of them being nominated by firstly having sex with some of the male leadership in some of these political parties. So usually the promise is, you have sex with me and I'll make sure that you're on the ballot box, or I'll make sure that you're nominated by all the structures in the political party, because nominations usually start from where the person is standing. If it's parliament, it starts from the constituency. If it's the local government, it starts from the ward. So some of the people in the structures of the leadership of the party are the ones that are said to be asking for sexual favors from female candidates.
So we know that the president's office, the gender division therein, has received a number of reports and complaints from aspiring female candidates making these claims. But from your perspective, how widespread is this issue? Do we know how many reports have come forward? And also then, what does it mean when it comes to the barriers that women continue to face when it comes to Zambia's politics?
Okay, so we as an organization that supports women also engage with female politicians. And from every indication, in our education, and every indication in this engagement that we have with them, they seem to imply that sextortion is very widespread and that it remains a major barrier to women's participation at the moment. And it comes with stigma, victim blaming, and embarrassment. And because of that, reporting is usually discouraged because women who are affected, face all this blame game and the stigma. But what this does, it really highlights the urgent need for stronger protection and support for women in politics, because it limits their leadership aspirations and reinforces entrenched patriarchal norms that perpetuate gender inequality in political spaces. It's particularly very discouraging, especially even for young female politicians. But really, from our engagement, it seems to be widespread.
Right, and as you say, that many victims will feel afraid or ashamed, there's stigma attached. So even though we try and figure how widespread it is and what the figures are in what's reported, it's not going to give us an accurate picture. So what are the systems or protections that need to be put in place to ensure and to encourage that women do come forward and report such?
So the remedies, I think, are twofold. First, victims must be encouraged to document evidence consistently. Secondly, I think a supportive and enabling environment is essential to facilitate reporting. So the reporting mechanisms must be responsive and trustworthy, firstly, to build confidence among women who come forward. And then I think what we need to do, like what we are working on right now with the support of UNFPA, is that we have developed 3 toll-free numbers which women can call and report any incident of extortion. And what's important is if the women want to be anonymous, we should provide them, that safeguard. And also, there should be some assurance that something is going to be done about it. So the other thing that we're calling for is the establishment of fast-track courts for extortion cases to ensure timely justice without jeopardizing a victim's candidature, especially right now as we go towards elections, because delays and resolved cases have also historically eroded women's confidence in existing systems. So the systems must be reliable for the women, and they must provide channels, that will make them safe when they report and not jeopardize their candidature.
And then shifting the focus and putting the responsibility then on political parties themselves, what practical steps can they take in an immediate way to ensure that there's transparent and there's fair candidate selection processes that protect women from exploitation?
I think what should happen at the moment now is to see if we can have a legal framework in place put in very quickly, and also especially trying to see if the political parties can develop some safeguarding frameworks that would, guide how these issues like this, especially around nomination, are handled, and that even the intra-party processes must include measures, to immediately deal with perpetrators beyond just warnings, but measures to deal with them, and also sanctions that will align to the Zambian law. So there must be safeguarding frameworks within each political party.
Right, and we'll leave it there for now. Thank you so much for talking to us. We appreciate your time again.
That's strengthening.
And Mbewe Anamela is Executive Director from Non-Governmental Gender Organizations Coordinating Council, or NGOCC, in Zambia. Let's enter the second hour of Rise and Shine now. It's 7 o'clock Central African time. We start off with the news, and here is Jwalani Tulo Mwepe.